Welcome to the Talking Transformation podcast. It's been a busy month of planning for those of us involved with the podcast, and we've taken a bit of a breather after our successful FutureCast panel collaboration with the architects, the planners, the engineers and surveyors society, better known as APES Plus. If you haven't yet caught up with that episode, it certainly makes for some interesting listening. It was a very special event with passionate speakers and an audience who came out in their numbers there at Hout Street, Cape Town. It was a lively event with strong ideas and perspectives on where we need to go and what lessons we should be taking heed from over the last year and looking ahead to the remainder of 2020, and a lot of the conversation, in fact, looking at the decade ahead, not just within that 1 year time frame. The planning throughout February has sought to secure an exciting programme of guests to assist us with a deep dive series on housing and human settlements. Few issues in South Africa are as emotive as housing and the progressive rights enshrined in the Constitution that states that everyone has the right to access to adequate housing. Together with health and education, that housing programme of South Africa has been a foundation of service delivery and the way that we've been judged both internally and by our external partners. In our first episodes of the Talking Transformation podcast, we've already considered questions of informal settlement upgrading, infill housing and housing markets. The intention is to broaden that foundation and to look at a structured set of conversations, looking back at the historical context, case studies, contemporary issues and the future of housing and accommodation here in South Africa in the coming decade. The Madiba Vision of 1994, encapsulated within the Reconstruction and Development Programme, social housing, homelessness, the concept of integration and activism, each of these themes and others we're hoping to cover in the coming weeks in a series entitled We've Got to Talk About Housing, 26 Years and Counting. Beyond the interviews, we'll be working towards a roundtable at the conclusion of the series, a panel discussion to reflect on the main take-home points of the series. How do these conversations help us think about the issue of housing, accommodation, land, and access to each of these? It promises a lot and it's taken a lot of behind-the-scenes work, so apologies for the delay in the content of episodes in February, but rest assured there's lots more to come during the course of March. During February, we've also had word from the South African Council of Planners, or SACPlan. SACPlan has actually endorsed now officially the Talking Transformation podcast, and members registered with SACPlan can now earn CPD, or Constant Professional Development points, by either reviewing the episodes, which is worth 3 points according to the accreditation system, or if you're actually involved as one of our guests on the Talking Transformation podcast, a further 5 points for being involved in any given episode. Anybody wanting to review any of our episodes can do so via the link that we're going to share on our Twitter page. The link is available via SurveyMonkey, and that can assist you in registering for your points if you're a SACPlan member, or if you're just wanting to give us feedback and you have no affiliation to that particular registration body. Not a problem. We'll put up the link and keep that as part of our Twitter feed. They can find us on Twitter via @TalkingTransfo and the number 1. It had always been our ambition to get registration through SACPlan and a number of the other professional bodies going forward as we established ourselves. And this is great news, not only for the podcast, but for the members of SACPlan. We'll be trying to extend that to other professional bodies in the months to come. So again, please listen to this space. If you're interested in getting involved in the Talking Transformation podcast and contributing directly to the content or the themes on the podcast, please let us know. Use the Twitter platform to get in touch with us and we'll take it from there. If 2019 was about getting the platform launched, then 2020 is about getting the collaboration on that platform extended and sustainable. Coming up, our first episodes in the deep dive series. Please mention it to your colleagues. Please extend the word. We're very excited about this deep dive housing series, and we look forward to sharing not only your opinions as we go forward with it, but also reflecting on the lessons that are there to be learnt. Enjoy.